Welcome to Baxter's weekly yoga balancing pose. So this week we're going to work with the tennis ball. You'll have to get some sort of a ball. It doesn't have to be a tennis ball, but find yourself a ball. And I'm calling this week's pose the one-legged juggler. You're not really going to be juggling, but you'll get the idea of what I mean in a moment when we try this out. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your feet relatively close together. You're going to have the tennis ball or the ball of your choice in hand. And you're going to shift your weight onto your right leg, and you're going to lift the left shin up so it's about parallel with the floor. So you're balancing on one leg, your left leg is bent, and then you're going to hold the tennis ball out in front of you, and you're going to drop it from the top hand to the bottom hand. And then you're going to flip that hand upside down, and you're going to do the opposite. So you're just going to bring the ball from the top hand to the bottom hand, and then you're going to actually start to very gradually let the distance between the hands get a little further apart, and you'll notice that the balance gets a little more challenging as you do that. So eventually, you'll try to have your hands as far apart as they can be, comfortably, dropping the ball from one hand to the other while maintaining your balance. Eventually, you'll bring your foot down, shake out the side that you're working on. Seen from the side view, do this on the other leg. So you're going to stand up, the other shin's going to be up behind you. Ideally, the legs stay pretty even with one another. And then again, start a little distance apart, and then start to make it a little further very gradually. So you can do 3 or 4 times dropping the ball from hand to hand at a given distance before you make it a little bit further. So then you're going to bring your foot down. So that's the basic version with the foot on the floor. If you want to make it even more exciting, you'll take 2 blocks, put them side by side, and then come up to stand on the blocks. So you start with your weight on one foot, you're up a little bit higher so it gets a little more exciting, and then again, dropping the ball from one hand to the other, short distance, maybe 6-8 inches at first. Try to maintain your balance. If you need to bring the foot down for a moment, do that. It's a little more challenging because the toes, if you have a longer foot like I do, your toes might hang off the block a little bit. So you'll have a little more effort involved in maintaining the balance. So a couple times, eventually getting the distance between the hands a little further. So you're balancing and concentrating on another cognitively distracting activity, which is the moving of the ball from hand to hand. So the second leg, balancing on one foot, dropping the ball from hand to hand a short distance, and then starting to spread the distance out, trying to maintain that balance to the best of your ability. Woo, good times. All right, and then bring the foot down. Remember, if you start to lose your balance, bring your foot back to the floor. You don't want to injure yourself. So that's our balance pose for the day, the one-legged juggler. Again, we've been enjoying the space here in Oakland at the Oakland Yoga Studio. Thanks again to my friend Jin Sung for his generosity in letting us film here. Follow me on baxterbell.com and my blog site, Yoga for Healthy Aging. Until next time, Namaste.